Buddhism in the Western context. What we're seeing is a reflection of who started teaching it in this area, and they associated with peers, and that's kind of what we have. People are always asking me how to get more blacks into their Sangha. You know, that's the first question I'm asked. You know, I'm like, how many black people do you know? How many do you hang out with? How many do you talk to at work? How many do you go to the movies with? How many, if you don't know, you know, if you're not associated with it, you can't just hang a sign in front of your Sangha that says black folks wanted. What we see in our Sanghas is just representative of our life. Now, I live in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and it's about 91% white, 7% Hispanic, and maybe 2.5% African American. So I don't have any black people in my Sangha. I said, when you find out, let me know. Where I live, it's very entrenched in Christian culture, and they're not even interested in coming at this time the same way. For a great time in my life, I wasn't interested in looking at anything that was non-Christian. You know, so I recognize that part of this is a condition for having minorities, and it's not the whole thing now. Because I remember going someplace once, and I went up to Bethesda when I lived in DC, so that's the rich and wealthy white area, because I wanted to find out about meditation, and nothing out there. So I go up there, and when I walk in the door, they were like so happy, like, we got one, you know, and they would like rolled out the carpet for me. This is what I was looking for. So I come back next week and I bring somebody with me. Okay, now there's two of us. They were still happy that we were, maybe not quite as happy, you know, but they were very, very cordial, very welcoming. The next week we brought somebody with us, and there were three. This time when we came, the door was locked. We had to ring the doorbell to get in, but the door had never been locked before. The fourth time we came, they had made a CD for us and said, you know what, you do not have to drive all the way across town to come here. We have prepared this so you can listen to it right in the comfort of your home. Now, if I had let that be my total experience of the Dharma, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I found something in the Dharma that was worth me continuing on with. So I went and I found another place, but it was the same thing. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to have to become a monk myself, and then I'm going to start something. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted to learn. I wanted to get it. And I said, when I get it, I'll take it back out, and I'll take it to the people. As a Black person, I got a lot of my things to work on. You got to figure out on your side what you got to do, because you know your world better than I know your world. I live in my world, and I know what our obstacles are. And I step forward with that. I'm encouraging people to look at their life. Do they live an isolated life? And if you live in a place that's 98% white, you might just be between a rock and a hard place. But it doesn't mean that you can't challenge your lack of empathy and concern for others. You can do that even if you have an all-white song. You see, because this thing is a matter of the heart, and it doesn't have any color, you know. When someone comes in, they can know whether heart to heart there's a reaching out. That's a heart matter. It's not really a head matter. And as long as we keep trying to address it from the head, the head is going to teach us about self-preservation. This is the first law of nature. That's what the head is going to teach us until the head has been conditioned and lines up with the heart. And so in this way, I really love the Mahayana teachings, because they just not to get in our little meditation igloo and think it's all about me, but it causes me to put others in front of myself so that I can really see them and really know them. And in doing that, I come to know something about myself that I can, that needs to be advanced. And so it's this kind of heart process that I believe that the Buddha was really taking us through, as opposed to, it's like this mind of the heart. And if we will look there and focus there, instead of how to be more mindful with our things, how to be more mindful at our business, but really, really cultivating the heart. A stony heart can be broken down and softened.
I think there are several things going on. One is, I'm concerned about stepping outside our comfort zone, not waiting for people to come to us, but becoming proactive. in terms of reaching out and developing this awareness, showing some interest in where other people are coming from. So, and not just as a novelty. I mean, as you mentioned the first time, wow, you know, everyone's so happy to see you, and after a while, then maybe they're not so good at coping with difference. So in order to cultivate the heart, cultivate the wisdom to deal with difference, I also think it's important for us to reach out. And this concerns me a lot about North American Buddhism, is the unspoken divides between the Dharma centers, which are primarily white, and the, for lack of a better word, ethnic Buddhist temples and communities. Because often we speak about Buddhism in North America as if it's a white people's creation, whereas in fact that ignores millions of Buddhists in North America that white people don't seem to show the slightest bit of interest in. So if we want to cultivate our discipline, we want to train in dealing with difference, why not reach out and step outside our comfort zone and go to a Thai temple or a Korean temple? Or I find my students have an easier time going to a Japanese American temple because everyone is basically speaking English, is very westernized, and even though they're maybe belong to a different ethnic heritage, they're so comfortable, and this is a good starting point in a way. I noticed that they have much more difficulty stepping into a mosque or a Hindu temple or even a Thai temple in the beginning. So I think we really need to cultivate connections across the Buddhist communities in the United States for many reasons. And one of them is learning to deal with people of different backgrounds instead of always just going to the most comfortable place, right? And waiting for people of color to come to us. So that might help to break down some of the racial divides among Buddhists themselves, Buddhists in the United States, and let go of some of the feeling of superiority as if North American Buddhism is, I mean, we've got it right and the others are still dealing with their cultural baggage. That concerns me a great deal because there are a lot of implicit assumptions of superiority that just happen to match up with race, and that makes me really uncomfortable. I think, I hope we can do more to unlearn racism. So I remember being on the board of Buddhist Peace Fellowship and going to some of the meetings. They would hold trainings in unlearning racism. So this was very important. It taught some of the basics of communication theory and so on. And learning to acknowledge unexplored attitudes towards race and gender in ourselves, for me, myself, and I think all of us felt very much that way. We need more tools, more opportunities. Meditation, of course, is excellent, but maybe we also need tools for how to do that well. What do we do when we encounter racism that we haven't really faced up to before? Here I'm talking as a white person, but it can operate across barriers. I mean, with color differences along a spectrum, right?